Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tricia, may we please have roll call?
Rebecca Bear,
I am present.
George Andrews,
Present.
Keith Carcutt,
Present.
Rich Lamus,
Here.
or present.
Start by saying welcome, Keith, to the not so fun, but very important committee meeting.
I'm honored, Rebecca.
The most important committee.
It is,
Well,
without ours.
None of this happens without finances.
Without policy, you can't spend money.
There we go.
Oh, you can, I guess.
It's so
Sorry.
interconnected.
Yeah, you're both on, Keith.
All right. With that being said, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda for today's meeting, December 9th, 2025, with the members of the committee reserving the right to add to the agenda and take further action in the best interest of the district?
So moved.
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our November 10th, 2025 meeting?
So second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have to abstain because I wasn't here.
Okay, but did you read them?
Yeah, but that's how we do it, other MCTI, so I'm just,
It's fine.
That's fine.
We have a majority.
okay, all right. I'm all your causing problems. I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Already,
All right,
we're not even 1 minute into it.
all right, and he's already causing me problems, right? Then our first item is setting the purpose of the finance committee meeting.
So as we get to kind of our new board and our new committees and some new members, we wanted each committee to kind of work out setting the purpose. During property and facility, Mr. Schlamus had kind of gone through a process of setting almost a project charter. So I don't know if we want to do that and then revisit this next meeting, or if we want to talk about what everybody had populated of their thoughts of the purpose of finance and then discuss it further. So which direction would you like to
We
go?
can start with that, so we have a framework to build, if you guys are up
Okay.
for that.
Right. Let me just discuss real quick what I did with properties and facilities. I took the things that we mapped out in our retreat. So those
Mhm.
items, put that together along with what PSBA has for their description of properties and facilities, and kind of brought them together along with taking other concepts, threw it into Chat GPT and said, I wanted to structure it this way with these headings and these topics, and it generated it out, and it was actually pretty nice. And then Maggie went through and formatted it and it looked really pretty. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, so it didn't take a whole lot of time. And that's really, I would say you could do that and then submit it to us with your recommendations.
Was there anything that you guys would like me to definitely include as a committee? And I'll work through that and have it for next meeting.
What I will do is I'll send you the Gemini prompt that we
Right.
had one of us had created. And then I'll send you the populated items of budget, approve items that weren't budgeted for, the most important committee, month-year review, budget impact on taxes, monthly budget review, balance sheet review,
Okay.
budget status, and building the budget. So that's all the items that the board collectively thought that this committee should be doing. So I'll send you that in the Gemini prompt and then you can create it.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yep.
Okay. As we're going on, so I have expressed kind of that the finance committee just seems to be approving things and not really having much conversation outside of the budget season. So what we wanted to do was Mr. Kraus and I have spent some time that we want to kind of offer some resources and then hopefully have some conversations about what it looks like moving forward for finance. So what we are suggesting is that we want to give you a monthly finance report. However, we need to realize that sometimes it takes a month or two to catch up. So whenever we give the monthly report, you're gonna be like a 2-month look back,
Mhm.
right? There are 2 ways we can do it. We can do it by the object code, which is what is in front of you.
Yep.
And that separates it by the objects. And then I gave you, Matt was kind enough to make a beautiful little chart of accounts
That was helpful because I constantly ask that
with
question.
100 being personnel services, which is salaries, 200 is benefits, 300 is purchase professional and technical services. The 400 series is purchase property services. The 500 is other purchase services. The 600 is supplies. 700 is property and 800 is other objects. So this is the summary right now in front of you as of the end of October of where we are by the 100s. We could do it a different way. So there's all different types, and a school account code is really long. And each section of the numbers means something. The 100s, which we just said, are the functions, the objects. We could do it by function, meaning that we could do regular ed, and then it would break out all of those 100s just by regular ed. Then we could do special ed. Then vocational ed, other instructional programs. If we do it by function, it drills down by more descriptive information by actual category. But this is a 6-page document to review. The function is an 18-page document to review. But it's the same information of you can see how much of our account we've used. So I'm looking for kind of the board of, or the committee, do we want it by function, which is the longer one, or just the object code of like, let's just look at salaries, let's just look at benefits, without saying, this is how much we spent in benefits in special ed. I don't know if that level is necessary.
Yeah, the function on the one of the 6 pages, basically it's the 100 series, let's say, and then breaks it down into the next group, so we have it, the special ed. And
Correct. You have it, it's just broken out differently.
Yeah,
This way is just a longer way. By the second option is just a longer way. We liked it as this because you could look at the whole account.
just getting this is a big help.
Awesome.
And-
What we also did for late night reading, if you have insomnia, we made you all, Deb Wazowski was very nice to make a book, a chart of accounts.
I like that.
This is literally all the rules of where things go within accounts. Matt refers to this as his Bible. Matt looks at this every day, all day long. So now you have a copy of it. It is updated every year, and we will give you the updated copy every year.
Don't want an updated copy every.
You don't.
Keep it individually, it's good,
Okay.
yes.
It's also, you could just Google it.
You can just
It's
Google.
easily, but now you have more paper. But some people on this committee like paper,
Right.
I do not
Some people
I-
what?
like paper.
like paper.
Just
And that's
like
what-
being able to read,
Some people like, so I will never read a digital book. I need an actual physical.
me
book
too.
in front of
yeah, that's me too.
Correct. I respect it. I'm not judging.
Okay.
So you are okay
So-
with this model?
So for clarification, when we get like transfers on it and you have like 18 digits long, it's the code and then all these other numbers plus it, that's what all those numbers mean. If you look,
Correct.
you
Yes.
just have to break down the numbers.
Yes.
So what we liked about this, like Dr. Vitale was saying, was it's showing you the type of expense first.
Right.
And then allows you to see the grouping in a comprehensive category,
If-
which just made more sense to look at it when you're looking at all the salaries together.
Mhm.
Right.
You go to page A4. At the top of the page, it breaks down what that long number means.
Right.
And that way, when you get your Form 611. You
Right,
go to
that's-
the last page and it says, what account will this be charged through? And you can literally go through and say, oh, okay, well, that's where the money's coming from and that's where the money's going to. Or going to. coming from.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So with looking at this report, how are we over budget?
So,
On
hold
some of them.
on, yes, but, so with this report, what I'm going to say is that we have a $214 million budget. So when you go through and you're going to say, oh gosh, this line item
Mhm.
is 88% final or finished the budget, or we're over budget with
Correct.
this. I'm going to respectfully ask that, one, you give us patience for Matt to pull it up on the fly. And two, please don't expect us to know where every $25 is spent immediately. We will get you the answers. There are some accounts that are overused compared to what we have budgeted for. Matt was like, I'll just go in and clean them up and do transfers. I said, no, let's give it the way it is right now and explain why it's over if you have some concerns. And then just know that there will always be some accounts that are over because some costs happen that we don't anticipate. And that doesn't mean we're over budget or that we're not budgeting appropriately or that we're overspending. It's just, it's the reality of life and you know it just like we do. Sometimes things happen in your life that you didn't anticipate this expenditure and we need to move money from one account into another.
That other
all
one
within
account will
general.
be under budget.
And that other account will be under budget.
Everybody, but as long as it adds up to the.
Right.
The total at the end, correct.
The other thing when I'm looking at this is I'm saying to myself, if this is the end of 10/31, that's a quarter, that's 25% of our budget.
Correct.
And when I look at the first two lines, I'm saying, oh, okay, there's a lot of money in there and we're only at 15% versus being at 25%. So we're technically under in that, in those
So
important. areas.
remember that the teacher salaries are accrued,
Yeah, that's
so
great. Yeah.
they only just started for this year.
Right, okay.
And then as you're looking at some of the other expenses that are not salary and benefits, we also included encumbrances.
Okay, so
So
things that
that's-
are in,
Yeah, best practice moving
November.
forward, once we commit to a contract, we're gonna communicate with the departments to incur that purchase.
at
and
the
purchase
beginning of the
order.
school year or at the
Once
beginning
we
of
commit
the
to
quarter?
the contract, yeah.
Once we commit to the contract.
So
There's a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff in here that are expenses that'll then be allocated out through the rest of the year.
Correct.
Like,
So let's
like
go
the
through-
audit. for
Yeah, let's go through the columns, right? So the first column is what we've actually budgeted for in that account. The second column is any adjustments that we've made to the budget.
Okay.
The third is not used.
that is our outstanding encumbrances, so that will be any commitments we made.
So
Whereas
that is what
yes.
we've committed.
That's what-
So an example would be, the third column is what we've committed to. So an example
Like
would be
student
school,
acti- or
school
student activities.
business consultants.
Or
We
student
have committed to that contract to pay them $7,500 every month. Well, that means that all that money is going to be in that column. We
upfront.
haven't spent it yet, but we've promised it,
It's,
so that goes in that column.
Okay.
it, you know.
Then the fourth column is actually what we spent.
Okay.
Mhm.
The fifth column is what's left. And the last column is what percent we have used
Yeah.
for the year.
Okay. So I guess the most important thing to look at is on the page 5 of 6, the expenditure totals and the percentage used. So we should be around 25%.
Correct.
And we're at 26.91,
Which is close.
but some of them we've paid upfront for the year or budget,
Or we've allocated
right?
under encumbrances, right?
So we're on target,
Yes,
if we look at it that way.
correct.
What I think too would be helpful for future months when we put this on the agenda, I'm gonna pick out the obvious things where you're like, wow, that percentage is really high. But if you see a question in advance, hey, can you get me a specific
Yeah.
answer on this account? That way we can come and then we can have a conversation.
Right,
That'd be helpful. Because sometimes it just takes a few too many minutes to pull up the information in the system. The report I pulled right now is 3,000 pages.
no, I can only
Well,
imagine.
actually, we've been asking for this for a long time. This, to get this every month is gonna be great.
Okay,
This is something we've had requested and we're unable to get in the past.
not in my.
We're not, and we're
Yeah.
not blaming anybody.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, George.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, this is something that we've asked for just to understand how we spend.
yep,
Yeah,
This is only one side of the ledger though. There's the revenues, right?
he's gonna get to that. Go
Oh,
for it.
man.
He
But
went
thank
from
you. I
my,
love that you're on it.
You caught it, no. So we have to add in the final numbers from the audit.
Right.
So the auditors are working on that right now. I was in touch with them today. And once we add those final entries in, then the revenues will show.
Okay.
We're at right on the sheet.
Perfect, thank you.
So the revenue side is coming. We just want to finish the audit.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so are we good with this format and to have these discussions moving forward?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, the last thing I kind of want to talk about as a logistics is I want to go through what the next 6 months of finance committee will be. So in January, we're going to have the audit. My question is, and as I sat through last winter and spring, I watched people come on the second Monday of every month and do a presentation to this committee. Then on the third Monday of every month, the same exact people came and the same exact people presented. And while I believe we should all be in the know, I feel that it's redundant to
Mhm.
the people who are serving us and not perhaps the best use of their time. So when we have the audit present, do we want the audit to present to you and you guys report out? They would all get the audit books and you report out, or do you want them to present to the full board?
Well, I think, my personal opinion is that because more people watch the, full board meetings on Zoom or whatever, even though I'm not here, we would be better served by doing it at the full board. That's my personal opinion, even though we could talk, I don't know if we could get the audit beforehand, but and talk about it here, but the presentation would be at the full.
So the auditors, I only want to make them come once.
That's the, you know,
So, or do you want to talk about it next Monday when you give your committee report and ask the full board of what they would prefer?
In my opinion, if we had, we don't like surprises, right? So
Yeah.
if we had the audit for available at this committee meeting, we get handed the audit, we can scan it, look through and say, all right, look, everything looks to be fine, great.
Mhm.
Then at the board meeting, the auditors come and present, that makes
And
sense.
if we have any
Second, yeah.
questions in regards to the audit as a finance committee, we can
Right.
reach out to you
Perfect.
in advance. And then you can say, hey, the finance committee
Right.
would like
these
you,
questions.
would like you to address the following
Yep.
pages and
Perfect.
focus on that
Right.
Okay.
at the full board meeting.
Yeah.
Now, if they come, if you may want to schedule the auditors to be at this meeting, if there's something that is of particular importance to us.
When do you think we're gonna get the actual audit?
I reached out to them today. They just received, we're kind of holding off because the single audit supplement was being hung up by the closures. They just got that information yesterday, so they think we should be good to present in January. They're running the final numbers this week. Then we'll have a chance to review. I'll work with Jim and Joe to do the management's discussion piece.
Right.
But it's only the week prior, so we should have a book by.
Do you think
Thursday.
it would be beneficial to have Jim and Joe at finance to go over the audit with us? And then have the auditors be present, even if they're on Zoom maybe for us to ask questions to them? Because they've worked closely with the auditors as well as you, so if we have questions, they may be able to answer some. To help prepare us for the board meeting?
well, I think Matt and Maggie would know most of the questions that we would probably be asking.
I hope so. That's
You never-
kind of my job, but yeah.
It's up to you guys, I don't know what you think on that.
So let us find out when we can get the actual audit to you. And then if we can get it to you like the first week in January,
That gives
'Cause
you
it's
time to look
thick.
at it.
you guys can have some time. It's thick, but really there's only certain pages.
There's
that
only
you're-
like 15 pages of that.
Correct, that you're
full
actually
report,
reading and
yeah.
looking at. But that'll give you some time to review it. And then I will have Jim and Joe, even if they're available via Zoom,
Mhm.
here for the meeting, and then for the committee meeting, for the full meeting, we will have the auditors.
Okay.
Okay?
You guys not you guys, but the auditors finally got the single audit information, like that. There's something I was we've all been waiting for, regardless of what agencies you're part of.
Mhm.
There was the guidance from the federal government on certain single audit stuff. We got ours a couple of weeks ago, so I'm surprised that.
She said it was released last week, so.
Okay, there you go.
We plan to issue the reports together like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was, there's some kind of guidance that had to come from federal, right? Do you know what
So,
programs were audited from the, what were the?
No.
okay, so we're good with January. Then every month after that, we want to start presenting the preliminary budget.
Mhm.
However, and I know we want the budget early, just realize that we build a budget based on a lot of assumptions.
Mhm.
One of those assumptions, let's just use substitute teachers. How we use averages of the last few years of how much we've spent in substitute teachers or overtime, right? But in February, we won't have a really good
Average.
for this current year. So we're really gonna be pulling on last year and then half of this year. So when we do the February budget, it's really gonna be like a preliminary look, a high level look of basic object codes, basic revenue, and where we're basically at. We are, and just full disclosure, because we don't like surprises, every single month, we're gonna talk about what our Act One index is and what kind of revenue that would bring in and offer opportunities.
The more we talk about it, the better.
Every month, we're gonna talk about what the Act One index is,
What,
Act One index,
tax
how much we
increase.
can levy taxes, and what revenue that could bring in by levying those taxes. It doesn't mean we're going to do it, but we're going to present it as, here's your revenue, here's what it could be with a 2% or 2.5%, or here's what it could be with a 5%. So every month we'll get to what the number will be. So we'll present February, March, April, May, we will present the full preliminary budget. And then in June, we will present the final budget. We will do that both here and at the board.
What is the cutoff date for the Act One that we have to decide if we're doing that or not? That's,
January, into January.
If you want to go over.
Yeah.
We cannot go over it. It doesn't.
okay, no, so we're, okay.
If
good.
we take the tax equity
Right.
money, which we are taking,
Yeah,
we cannot.
Okay, that's
go
what I'm making
over
sure we're not doing, okay, you're not talking about that. You're just saying about,
it. Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
talking
that's what I
about
think,
a
okay.
referendum
okay,
or.
no, okay,
Because honestly.
that's the number I don't want to see, yeah.
In order to receive the tax equity grant, you must promise that you are
Right,
not.
we're not gonna see that.
Above the Act One.
That's
Which
what
I'm
I'm-
fine with.
perfect.
All I'm going to do is talk about, so the Act One index across the state is 3.1. For our district is actually 5%. Because of our tax disparity, so, or because of our funding disparity. So we will talk about that and
Okay.
present what the revenue could be, but not saying we're going to levy taxes, but just to make sure you're making an informed decision.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
And you'll give, sorry. And you'll give scenarios like if we raise it 2, if we raise it 3, if we
Correct.
raise it 4,
I think last year we gave 4 scenarios. In my opinion,
2 or 3 or
it
4.
got
That's-
too convoluted, so I'd like to do a 0, a 2.5, and a 5.
That's perfect.
and the 5 is the,
Max.
That's max.
you know, can we do 5?
Yes.
I thought that we couldn't go that high.
We can go
No,
whatever.
you can't go above the Act One index.
And for East Stroudsburg
And
area,
the Act One index for this school year is 5%.
So that's the maximum that we can.
That's the max that we are allowed to. Yep,
And Jim and I will be running numbers tomorrow. I think the
that's
first
exciting.
one.
and we also don't know in January either what the homestead rebate's gonna be or anything
Correct.
like that, like.
Yep, so we have very limited information, but we do want to start having the conversation of how Matt has been building the budget for over a month now, right? Like, so we started budget season in November, so like we're in it right now. But it's so early to tell you, and just so you know, we've cut every building budget by 15% and asked every department to cut by 25%.
And
That is our initial ask, and they are going to come back with what they are able to do. And my words were, that does not impact programming.
you know, and the other thing we have to consider for next year with our budgeting too is, you know, feds are cutting interest rates, so we've been blessed the last 2.5 years,
Just had a meeting with that, yep.
you know, with 4% interest rates, sometimes even a little bit higher. The Fed, from what research has said in my industry, is they're probably gonna drop it again one more time this year and a couple of more times next year. So with that being said, 4% is not going to be there in the 26-27 school year. We're looking at closer to 2% versus 4.5 is what we've been seeing. So we have to remember our revenue is going to decrease by that amount as well, because we're making a lot of money on interest.
So back to the 2021.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep. So that's something that we gotta, as a board, as finance, keep in mind. That not only, you know, we may get more money from the state, but we're gonna be losing money when it comes to our interest revenue. It's going down.
Yes, that's what we are anticipating. So you can say it out loud.
By
July.
July, they're predicting from Hislop, we had a little meeting, 3.193 as the implied rate.
Yeah. Which means our savings rates will probably be like 2.5, like on a savings account. if you're lucky.
And also, we did not realize as much revenue as we anticipated this year because the state took some time with their budget and releasing funds, and that would have all been interest-bearing money.
Correct.
Yep, so. May they finalize a budget before November next year.
Yeah, so all those things that
That is
affect
my
us that we don't
Christmas
think,
wish.
that we don't think about as a finance committee is, you know, everything affects the finances.
Yes, we think about it all.
Right, but
Yes.
people don't think
Yeah,
about that.
correct. Yep, absolutely.
We've definitely in the office been working more, looking at our balances and keeping as much money with PISLAF as we can.
Right, for the treasuries and stuff like that, yeah.
PISLAF has been very responsive to our request. Within less than a day to get money transferred in, so it allowed us extra time
Right,
to keep our balances lower in our general fund and move over money at the last minute or push money out. So we've been
yeah, treasury
working.
should be T+1. So you should be able to get it in one day. Like, it takes 1 day to liquidate and 1 day to transfer, so trade +1. That's what, anything that's invested should be trade +1. If it takes longer than that, then there's problem.
So is that what we do, tax money we put into treasuries?
It's probably the safest and the highest yield right now that you're gonna get. Treasuries are paying more than a savings account is.
Where does that money, tax money come into originally? Where does, because we have to transfer it from one account to another. I'm just.
Is it a
from my
sweep?
own
Yeah, that's
curiosity.
swept into the general.
It's a
fund.
sweep.
And then,
Because
it
this
goes-
is, it's general fund and then
and then
goes.
we
from
sent it
there.
off to PISLAF when we had to keep more in the general fund this year because of not having state funding, but we kept as minimum as possible, push it back over to PISLAF so they could invest it.
So that's why that fund looks like it has such big transfers of money or changes of money.
One of them, and when
Well, the ESSA bank look sometimes goes from big amounts of money where you have the taxes coming in and then it, like, what we had, what, 40 million this past month?
in October, we sent 30 million to PISLAF.
So that, but then I'm trying to get my thinking on this. So it goes from the general fund as a deduction to PennDOT as an addition.
Mhm.
Okay, that. Now I got it straight. Thank you.
Got it. So that's all I just wanted to discuss. If you have questions about the board summary, we can chat about it now. Today I just wanted to kind of level set on what we wanted to make sure we're talking about in the future so that we're meeting expectations and having fruitful conversation about our budget. But
Yeah.
Any questions, thoughts, or concerns for Matt?
The only other thing that I would ask is, I know once a year we review where our money's invested, like if it's at, whatever banks and PISLAB. Can we get that like on a more regular basis? Like if we close out a CD, can we be notified of that? Things like that?
Yep, absolutely.
Cause I know sometimes board members like to look at the board book and they don't see an account that they might have seen the month before. And they're like, well, where'd that go? So if we can get that, if something changes, let us know in advance. I think we'll alleviate some questions that board members may have when it comes to looking at the board books.
Perfect, absolutely. Okay, that's all I had.
Any other questions?
No, you're gonna put together the thing like Rich did.
I am, yep.
You're gonna do that and then put it out to us like Rich did.
Yep.
And then if we have any comments, we just get back to you.
Yep.
That works.
And if anybody wants me to include anything, just email me sometime between now and the next board meeting and I'll get it done. Okay, the first item is the finalist contract renewal for 3 years.
So this is final site. This is what's used for the website, and Blackboard is also renamed as final site. So this is just a renewal. The 3 years worth of costs are listed there. In addition, I think there's a 20. Where'd my paper? A creative services fee that will be paid over the first 2 years.
Are we still working to fix all the kinks from when we redid it the first time? Or is there
When
any,
we redid what?
the,
Blackboard?
the
Did you say
website, is Blackboard the website?
This is not final say, Blackboard is now final.
So,
That's the, and this is also,
and Final Say does our website?
I believe so.
So they're gonna still continue
What kinks were there?
we had lots of kinks in our website.
I don't think it was kinks, I think it was information that was not migrated over. I don't, it was not the platform's fault.
Okay. It was user error.
It was not the platform's fault.
Okay.
A lot of the information was old and a lot of it wasn't accurate.
Or Mike, okay, let's rephrase that. Is everybody that needs to be using it and updating information, are they properly,
It is one of my goals and I'm checking it on the regular. Yes,
you're checking it twice?
I am.
Okay, perfect. So a lot of people rely on the website for information. If they can't navigate it, they don't know where to
Yep.
go, so. It's gotten a lot better, though.
I believe that it is getting better to navigate and we've made some adjustments as we've gone of just what the buttons are and we've made some adjustments on our side to make it easier to navigate and gain information quickly.
It's still not that intuitive for me, but it's better.
Okay. What is missing?
Just in general, I say I have trouble just.
Okay.
Through it, so I wouldn't say, yeah, as you're.
If you have particular pain points, like if you're looking for something and you can't find it, just
write it
send me
down.
an email.
Okay,
Yep, and then I'll make sure that we can find it.
okay,
Yep, absolutely.
that's, because I had not been doing anything like that, I just work at it. till I
Yeah,
find it.
Perfect.
Any other questions in regards to that? The website and the Blackboard? All right, so the next item is sale of disposable equipment. What is that?
So now that we no longer have a dental hygienist, there's some dental equipment within the district that Karen Bukowski located that was no longer needed. So some of the items that were for higher dollar, we wanted to bring it forward to see if you'd like to put it for sale, dispose of it, scrap it. So there's two items on here. The first is a hydraulic treatment chair, and this picture is attached as well. The estimated original value was $750 to $1,000. The purchase year I couldn't find. The base of that one is rusted and there's a tear in the fabric on the seat. So I estimated a low value trying to sell that. Then there's also a dental chair. The original purchase price in 2000 was $2,800. The condition looks pretty good. There's pictures of that one as well. So I estimated that one at a higher dollar value.
I'm just curious how we ever go in the district in the first place.
Well, we had a dental hygienist that would do teeth exams and she would use it.
So my first question is, do we have a policy already that allows for the disposition of assets? And if we don't have a policy, should we have a policy
I
for
think we do.
the disposition of assets?
Yes.
I
Yes, we
think
do. We do.
Because I think what we should be doing is that policy should list, like something like municipal bid or gov bid, whatever it is. To take that asset, as long as we, the board, approve it for disposition. You set your minimum requirement and then we just throw it up there.
Policy 706
Right.
is the disposal of equipment, supplies and textbooks.
Right, and it says that the board has to approve the disposition of assets.
It gives the superintendent or designee the approval. The board must authorize that such equipment is sold, exchanged, disposed of. We got into a snafu earlier this year, if you remember.
There were
that
the
we-
buses, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my fault,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
So we're just trying to have full disclosure of every item
right.
that we're looking to repurpose or sell. Because it specifically says that the board authorizes that this equipment be.
Right.
Do you think someone's gonna buy these?
Yes,
Okay. That was a quick guess, okay.
Why, you want them?
yeah. I have to replace a couple chairs on our buses.
There you go.
But no, there's always somebody looking for stuff like this.
Yeah, I always wanted a dental chair in my house.
I'm just wondering if, like, to streamline future things like this, because there's always gonna be stuff that comes up, right?
Hmm.
So is it
Is there
just,
like maybe a dollar amount attached to it?
no, I'm not thinking that, like, just a place in our agenda for disposition of assets, list them off. And then as long as they're going in, some kind of auction for disposal, that's all you need to put.
Okay, instead of doing pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
just say, okay,
yeah.
it,
Because the pictures will be on the bid site.
Yeah.
When you post it,
okay,
in my opinion, that's my opinion, I don't know.
does anybody else have another opinion?
Not bad, that.
Okay,
I just would like to see that no matter what we do, we have a minimal purchase price,
okay,
a minimal. Because, and we've gotten, I mean, years ago, we had some trailers for
A
a
dollar
dollar
for those.
Okay.
that were, oh, hey, look,
Look, I
That-
know.
I was on the board back then.
I
I was on the board back then. I got many calls from across the country. Say, hey, I heard you have some trailers for sale. I'll bid 5. And that was not, we have to get rid of stuff. And I'd rather get something for this stuff, but just a fair amount.
And that's
I
what, that's
realize
what,
that, however,
However, how
the
do we
reality
determine what a
is
fair
that
amount is?
this chair is taking up space.
right,
And it's a lot of space, so if we put it out and we don't get $100 for it, then we're gonna come back and say, what would you like to do?
we dispose of it the other way.
Correct.
We donate it to somebody like a dental
Yeah,
school,
you-
say you
you
want,
throw
or you
it-
just
you
get
throw-
rid of it in the trash.
No, you leave it out the curb and,
Somebody will pick it up.
There's some metal and everything.
put free on it.
We'll put it up. on the-
Well, if there's metal, we can scrap it
Yeah.
downtown in Stroudsburg and
Right. Oh, that's.
put it in a truck and take it down to Stroudsburg and scrap it.
Or we would just throw it in the
Right.
dumpster, absolutely.
Oh, yes. Be surprised what you get for,
So can we agree that what we believe is the current estimated value,
Mhm.
that will be the floor to what we
Yes.
sell as? And if we get $75 offer, then we would come back and say, are you willing to accept this?
Yeah,
If we
that's fine.
receive an offer less than the floor than what we're saying,
Yeah.
then we will come back to you.
Because
Yeah.
the scrap metal one, that's not even $20, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Here's the fun one. We have to do our dates for 2026. Let's make sure. 1 second. Just want to check the dates.
There's 3 and on a Tuesday.
Yep, hold on.
so what we did was, Patricia, correct me if I'm wrong, when MCTI is moved to the second Tuesday, to the second Monday, we are moving finance to Tuesday. So finance committee sits on the second Tuesday, however, when MCTI has to move theirs because of a holiday, then we're gonna move ours to Tuesday.
Yes.
That's fine.
That way people who have dual commitments can still attend. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay,
Is that the way it's set up?
So-
yes,
Except for October, because that's
What?
Columbus Day, the Monday.
right.
So the September one's fine, that's. So this is unrelated to finance, but so the September regular board meeting is gonna be September 21st, that following Monday, or is it the one after?
The 21st.
That's Rosh Hashanah, that's Yom Kippur.
Hmm.
In September 21st, the regular school board meeting. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's Jewish.
Mhm.
Third Monday.
Just FYI. Okay. It does end at sundown. So technically, that's like anyone that is.
So are you,
Monday of the month.
So-
It's MCTI.
so we're not gonna discuss the board meeting dates here.
Right,
When we get to the board meeting, there should be a motion that we avoid specific holidays.
or even just,
so MCTI
And use
is
that date.
Mondays.
Or could we
Mondays.
just move it
Right.
up to like
Or
6
just-
o'clock instead of?
No.
First-
no, we
It
can't.
has to be moved later.
Right, that's fine.
Rosh
Like-
Hashanah says September 11th.
No, Yom Kippur.
Oh, sorry.
Yom Kippur.
Oh, I see. And when MCTI.
Monday,
But
September
see,
21st. It
MCTI
goes till sundown. so
doesn't-
Technically, it's not, but,
Yeah, but if you're here for exec,
right, and I won't be, I'll be in Temple, so.
right, correct. We ran into that, so we will add something for the board agenda for the December 15th. to update those dates.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for checking. With all the dates back and forth, I did not do that and I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Nope,
That's
it
why
was
I always check.
absolutely inconsiderate and I apologize.
No, no.
You know, the ones in yellow are
Or
Tuesday.
Tuesdays,
Tuesdays.
yep. Okay.
Okay,
So,
moving on.
right, so MCTI is the first Monday of the month.
Except
With Labor
for
Day.
2 Mondays a year, they move it because of holidays.
And then the
So
13th
the
is,
April one is because of Easter Monday, the September one is because of Labor Day, and then the October date, October 12th, is Columbus Day and school will be closed then.
So then you're saying those days we would move to the Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Correct.
that Tuesday?
Yeah.
The
we'll,
next day?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Right.
Just like we did today.
Yes.
Which, mind you, I drove here yesterday, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
we moved it.
Oh, like today, okay, I get it. Yeah, I get it now.
You got it.
I'm sorry, I'm in Disney mode. I'm going to Disney tomorrow.
When are you going?
Tomorrow.
Thanks for taking me. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a working
Going for the
trip.
cl-
I didn't get the invite either.
That's for the
Next
seashore
travel.
thing.
You all come with me, just get in the.
Okay,
Just put it
Our,
on.
our next item is the gym floors for, that Smithfield Elementary and JM Hill. And we have the cost 12,408 and 3,988. When are we gonna be done paying for all these floors? My goodness.
these are repairs?
These are repairs.
These are repairs.
Okay.
The issue, that was a leak in the roofs.
Water damage.
Yeah, water damage.
Is insurance covering that?
It's less than the deductible.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And-
How convenient.
But we're not going over the roofing we're not going after the roofing contractor.
At Smithfield and JM Hill, I do not believe we are, no.
Smithfield, the roof contract is probably out of warranty by now.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
But
And J Mills, yeah, we had it.
Okay.
There's no.
Jam Hill, there's, yeah.
that's a lot.
Any questions in regards to those two floor replacements?
Has anyone addressed the roof though, to make sure that we won't have this leak again?
Yes. But JM Hill, we need to make a decision on
Of what to
that
do with the roof?
building, if we're investing in a new roof or not. So we're patching it as much as we can.
Right.
Yep.
That's gonna, we'll do that evaluation when we evaluate all the buildings, right?
That is next week's agenda item.
Yep.
Okay. Not agenda item, there will be no vote. That is an item that we will discuss next week.
Yes. Be clear.
I know, I apologize.
Yeah, not
But I like that we're doing the evaluations on all of our buildings and their conditions with this. So it gives us a better idea as both finance and properties and facilities on what things we need to focus on in order to run properly.
Correct.
All right. Next recommendation from properties and facilities are the following CHA invoices: ESE sprinkler replacement, 13,075, JTL data improvements for 317, JTL boilers and water heater replacement, 498.40, Smithfield boiler replacement, 242.90, boardroom AV upgrades of 505.47, and the North Site Transportation Building, 1,562.50. Any questions in regards to that?
First one was $1,300.
Yeah, 1,375, yeah.
That's 15,000.
Sorry.
When we get these invoices, we scrutinize them and compare and contrast what we already paid to what we were told we were paying. We do, I mean, we just don't pay them, right? We look at them.
We don't pay any bill just because it arrives at our.
Okay, because I mean, because some of these things are ongoing, and it's like, like
Forever.
it just seems like they never end.
I do not disagree.
Okay. Yeah.
There is an attached, the capital payments. on
Yeah,
there.
I know, but we do. I mean, but that's what we're saying. That's what they're saying that we owe. You know what I'm saying? Like they're
We track it and then on the capital payment spreadsheet, which
okay,
is what Matt
yeah.
was saying.
So I-
and we can
yes.
Compare it back.
Okay, but we,
Yeah.
okay, just make it, I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
like,
It is literally
Like-
Matt's career.
like the data network for $300.
He does.
What, why, I have a question though. They break, when they, like the data network, when we replaced those data wires, but I don't think we needed an engineer to replace data wires, but we hired them. They say it's going to be XYZ amount over so many payments. They break it up over payments. Is that what we do? Is why we're paying these payments?
Are you talking about CHA or?
Yeah, CJ.
They break it apart based on the work they are participating each time. So that's why sometimes you see a project that doesn't have an invoice for CHA for a bid. It's when they're actually doing stuff on the project, they'll charge us a portion of the total project cost each time.
Right. But I'm
And-
saying that the data wiring has been done since
It's not-
summertime.
There were still a few more things that needed to be handled in October and November.
So then because we already paid and they had to add something to it, they're charging us more then.
We didn't. You don't pay everything up front. So we didn't give them all of it. because
Okay,
the-
right.
The project wasn't finished yet. So now that the project is finished, now we will pay the last.
Okay.
And the, what is it, RFP we're doing or RFQ?
Yep,
Are we changing some of these stipulations?
so what we've done is we've requested for them to give us quotes. And then from there, we will look all different firms. It is public. We have put it out, we have advertised it. And we are getting quotes and we will bring them in.
And we have gotten
And-
quotes.
I have not received any. The due date isn't until January.
Okay.
Right.
We've received inquiries.
Did we write a pretty tight spec? Or what the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I wrote it, Eric assisted with it, and then Chris Brown finessed it, and then we pushed it out.
Yeah, because the last one, which is about 8 or 10 years old, is not that well,
Yeah, so we'll see what we get.
Any questions in regards to that? All right, next item is recommendations from properties and facilities as well. For payments listed here, High School South Stadium Equipment Replacement, this from Scranton Electric Heating and Cooling, $4,961. High School North Natatorium Roof Replacement. I will be very happy when I don't see High School North Natatorium Roof Replacement on our agendas.
As well.
I feel like it's been on, no offense, since I got on the board 6 years ago.
It has been.
We're at 95.44% of the payment. After this month.
And that's for $104,049. The Smithfield Elementary Boiler Replacement, $5,400. JT. Network Guyette Communications, $4,751. And the JTL Data Network for $44,309.90. Any questions? One thing I will say though, I was very pleased with the JTL Auditorium new chairs.
They're so great.
I don't know if any of you guys have seen them.
Yes, they're very nice.
Have
They're
you
so
been in the
comfortable.
JTL?
I'm planning to go next.
The
Wednesday.
auditorium is beautiful.
So much nicer, the JTL Auditorium.
the way that whole auditorium came out nice.
Beautiful. Yep, they did a really great job.
So the other schools will be envious, huh?
Like I didn't rip my clothes sitting in a chair for
There you
first
go.
time ever. I was very happy with that. Okay. Any discussion or questions in regards to those bills? And here's our capital payments for 2025. Here's that chart, and I like that you condensed it down. It was very confusing to me when it was multiple pages. I don't know how you guys feel about this new format, but it makes it much easier for me to look at than what it was before. Because there were things on there that like had no reason to be on there before.
And just so you know, when you're looking at this is the cost that you've approved as of last month. The costs that you're approving now and the full board will approve next week are not on there because technically you didn't approve them yet. That
Okay.
makes sense.
These are all the approved projects. They're not
Yes,
The
yes.
projects that you see at properties and facilities.
Correct.
Yep. It looks like we're done finally paying for the East Stroudsburg High School North generator replacement too. That says 100%.
Well, that's finally done.
Yes,
So I'm saying it's finally done.
Finally.
And the roof's finally done, and South Field House is finally done, which is good. The North Stormwater Phase 3, that's 100% too.
That is, you're on the right-hand side, those are the CHA fees.
Okay,
In the middle, you will see the payment completion for each of the actual projects with the corresponding vendors.
but they're almost done.
Yes.
Stormwater's almost done.
for phase
And
3.
we have to do phase 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay,
We don't have specifics on phase 4 yet. They have to come back with more information because it is a massive project that cannot be done
during the school year.
in one shot.
Oh,
We, because it involves repaving most of the pavement up at that building. So they're going to come to us with it in kind of segments and tell us what an estimated cost would be.
Well, we had to get the draining water done first before we could do the pavement.
Correct.
Just done. Any questions in regards to that? I saw you put your head down, Keith, in
Just,
dismay.
mm, just worries me. That's a lot of money. For something that was in error for 25 years.
Unfortunately, we cannot correct the past. We can only move forward.
No, yeah,
As much as we would like to, we cannot.
I mean, and we have an attorney working on it, so it's not that we're doing.
oh, I know that. I'm just saying, I mean, there is a way of there is no statute of limitations on improper construction for a school building or property. We know
We'll
that.
see how that court case plays out.
But that's the problem. It's a long,
It's a long,
and the question amounts to, is it, what do you get for what you put into it and what it's just,
Correct. Is the juice going to be worth the squeeze
That-
of a lawsuit?
thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
Like the ESE project, we got money, but it's
Mhm.
not enough to even fix it.
Nope.
So what we spent to get that money is still a loss, even though we got money.
Yes.
I mean, I just, it's terrible that contractors and
Correct.
architects and all that can do this and get away with it. Because they did find out with the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, there was imperfect construction up there
Correct.
that was just buried that no one saw because who's gonna look?
underground.
6 feet, 12 feet, 2 feet, 3, it was different depths, everything.
Mhm.
It was just imperfect. It was unacceptable, but we bought it and we own it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm
No.
over. I'm off my soapbox now.
You're allowed to, bed.
It's just frustrating we're trying to be fiscally responsible to the taxpayer.
Correct.
And that's beyond our control because that was done before everyone at this table, except, Patricia was around now, wasn't she? Only you.
Well,
No, it's gonna I'm sorry, Patricia. I love you, Patricia. I didn't mean to say that. It was not meant that way. But unfortunately, there's no one at this table was here for that fiasco.
Were you working in the district then, Maggie?
In 2000?
Yeah.
Oh,
Practically students.
I was in college.
Okay, so there you
Well, I
were.
was not.
Okay, good.
I was doing field work in the
You were a
district.
graduate at that point.
I was a
But
graduate.
not a North graduate. You were a South graduate.
I was in East Stroudsburg graduate,
Right, East Stroudsburg. We didn't have a North then.
because there wasn't. I missed it by 3 years. And then I would have graduated north.
Then it would have been your fault.
And then it would have been.
All right, sorry.
All right. We have no recommendations from the Education Programs and Resources Committee. Is there anybody online for public participation? Right, so let's make our recommendations. Right. First item is I will come up with the scope of our committee as I get those information from Dr. Vitale.
Already in your inbox.
Fabulous. I will have that for our next meeting. We are going to move forward the finalist contract renewal for 3 years. Do I have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. we have a motion to sell our dental chairs, 2 of them.
Motion.
Aye.
Aye. Wait, do we have a second?
George Shetson.
Okay.
All right, motion to, did I miss anything there?
Approve the finance dates.
The finance committee meeting dates.
Yeah, approve the finance committee dates as presented.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Then we have the recommendations.
Is it- So we got 2 ayes.
Three eyes.
Okay.
If there's no ayes, it's a, anyway, it's
We've
yes.
learned that, right?
You learned that. Unless you say no, you say yes.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, that's right.
I learned that
We
a
have
few months ago.
the 2 payments for the gym floor replacement at Smithfield Elementary and JM Hill hallway floor.
So move.
Second.
Aye.
Okay, then we have the CHA invoices as presented.
So move.
Second.
Favor? And then we have our the applications of payment as presented,
So moved.
Second.
Aye.
and last but not least, a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
No.
No.
Capital, no, capital.
We don't have to
Okay,
approve
motion
that.
To adjourn. Yep, nope, I was.
Motion.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Right, we are adjourned.
And then what is the next, the 12th, we have a meeting?